Are you struggling to come up with original content week in and week out? Start a podcast. Interview your ideal clients, let them talk about what they care about most, and never run out of content ideas again. Learn more at sweetfishmedia.com.
You're listening to B2B Growth, a daily podcast for B2B leaders. We've interviewed names you've probably heard before, like Gary Vaynerchuk and Simon Sinek, but you've probably never heard from the majority of our guests. That's because the bulk of our interviews aren't with professional speakers and authors. Most of our guests are in the trenches leading sales and marketing teams. They're implementing strategy. They're experimenting with tactics. They're building the fastest growing B2B companies in the world. My name is James Carberry. I'm the founder of Sweetfish Media, a podcast agency for B2B brands, and I'm also one of the co-hosts of this show. When we're not interviewing sales and marketing leaders, you'll hear stories from behind the scenes of our own business. We'll share the ups and downs of our journey as we attempt to take over the world. Just kidding. Well, maybe. Let's get into the show.
Welcome back to B2B Growth. I'm Logan Lyles with Sweetfish Media. I'm joined today by Dan Lowden. He is the CMO over at White Ops. Dan, how's it going today, sir?
Great, Logan. Thanks for having me on the show.
Absolutely. We're going to be talking about how to eliminate bad traffic on your website, and also really what are the consequences of not doing that as a marketer today, and some of the surprising stats that you guys have found with some companies as far as the amount of bad traffic that was actually happening on their site. But before we jump into today's topic, Dan, give us a little bit of background on yourself and what you and the team at White Ops are up to these days for a little bit of context.
You bet. So I'm the CMO at White Ops. I've been in high tech and B2B marketing for my entire career, over 20 years, all the way back to IBM and early days of mobility to cybersecurity over the past 7 years. I joined White Ops about 7 months ago because of their mission. Their mission is to protect the integrity of the internet by impacting the ability of cyber criminals from a financial perspective. And when I heard about that mission and who they were working with and the scale of being able to monitor the interactions of 1 trillion interactions per week for some of the largest internet service providers and some of the top brands and some of the top enterprises, I got really excited to join the company because it's an incredible mission. And, really, really excited to go help companies solve this very difficult problem of bot traffic, sophisticated bot traffic impacting their, marketing elements and marketing campaigns.
Yeah, absolutely. As you and I were talking about offline, that the sophistication of bots has really, increased a lot in recent years, and it can have a financial impact. I love hearing the word internet and integrity in the same sentence. In marketing, we talk a lot about social media, and those two don't line up real well. But anyway, I digress a little bit. Let's kick it off, Dan, and talking a little bit about why you should start analyzing your traffic to your site and some of the consequences and the important aspects of seeing, okay, do I have quote unquote bad traffic? Do I have a lot of bot traffic on my site? And then we're going to speak to a little bit what to do about that. But I think we've got to kick it off with a little bit of, overview and high level. Why is this important? Why should B2B marketers really care?
Yeah, because right now it's happening and you may not know it, right? Sophisticated bots now look and act like humans. They sit on consumer machines. They click on ads. They visit websites. They fill out forms. They take over accounts. They commit payment fraud. They do all these things while they look like a human. And they live on human devices. And, at White Ops, we're all about stopping them. These are sophisticated bots that may be coming to your site, that you may see a lot of traffic all of a sudden coming to your site after a campaign that you've put out there, but the conversion rates are not what you expect them to be. And you're spending a lot of marketing dollars out there to drive traffic to your site. You want to make sure that that's human engagement, not bot traffic or sophisticated bot traffic that you're sending your marketing and limited marketing dollars to. So it's a very, very big problem. I'll give you one example of a very large botnet that White Ops was a part of, was a leader of taking down. There was a group that we codenamed Eve, 3VE is what it stands for. It's a botnet that had control of over 1.7 million consumer machines. They were sending as many as 12 billion requests per day that were fraudulent. And it was impacting brands all over the globe. So White Ops recognized that this was happening. We brought in the FBI, we brought in Google, Facebook, and many other players in the industry. And we were able to actually determine who they were, where they were. And this group was based out of the Ukraine and Russia, and they thought they were untouchable. And then several of them decided to go on a trip and landed in an airport where actually the FBI and local authorities were waiting for them. And now those folks are in jail in Brooklyn and just got 40-year term sentences. So as I went back to our mission, we're all about disrupting the economics of cybercrime, making it hard for these guys to do it because it is impacting B2B and businesses across the globe. And that just shows you the scale of one large botnet organization. There are thousands of them, and it's really impacting business, and it's really impacting B2B marketers because it's taking their budgets and making it hard for them to drive traffic to their site and engagement with real humans.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about limited marketing budget. As we talk to marketers every day here on this show and offline in conversations I'm having, doing more with a limited budget is definitely top of mind for pretty much every B2B marketer I have. And the thing that I pull from that story is, one, great job by you guys in catching the crooks. And I love to hear that victory. But 12 billion, you said billion with a B on those amount of interactions and the economic impact that that's having on the marketing spend. As we were chatting a little bit offline too, Dan, you mentioned another surprising stat. One customer was kind of almost fell out of their chair looking at the amount of their web traffic that was actually bad traffic, right?
That's right. We had a very large brand that did a big marketing campaign. They had tremendous results from a standpoint of people coming to their website and filling out forms. But when those forms were given to their sales team, the sales team called on those leads and nobody was there. And when they tried to retarget those same type of interactions, there was not the conversion rates that they anticipated. So a lot of traffic to their site, but the conversion rates were low. In this case, they originally thought they had it covered with current tools. They thought maybe the fraud traffic or bot traffic was in the 3 to 5% range. When we put the White Ops tag on their website and their campaign pages, we actually were able to determine that 38% of the traffic going to their site was sophisticated bot activity and not human. So they were spending dollars on form fills, paying that through the ecosystem that would then go in the hands of the bad guys. So 38% of their marketing budget was wasted on marketing to bots. Mm-hmm. And that's the big problem. And that's the big educational part that White Ops is trying to work with many brands across the globe to make them aware of this potential problem.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it sounds like that's probably about 10x what they would have assumed. I think most people kind of think, 3 to 5% range is probably, bad traffic or bot traffic, and close to 40% in that case. One of the things you touched on, I think, is worth kind of stopping on for a second. You mentioned kind of one of these telltale signs, at least in this example, was abnormally high volume with low conversion. Is that something that marketers should be kind of keeping their eyes out for, and any other red flags that you think marketers should have kind of in the forefront as they think about this idea of bad traffic and trying to prevent it?
Yeah, I mean, I think, certainly heavy traffic to their site that can't be explained, or then going to your conversion rates and saying, why are they so low? Those are red flags, right? So we do all these tactics and spend dollars on lead generation, display advertising, organic traffic, native advertising, social media, SEO, SEM, keyword search. And you're getting all of these results in and driving traffic to your site. So it's also important to have visibility into which one of those areas is driving the most human engagement or prospect engagement. And then you're able to also tell which one of those or all those different aspects of tactics from a marketing perspective is driving bot traffic. So with the ability to put the White Ops tag on their campaign pages or their website, these brands are able to determine where that good traffic is coming from. And then they should go spend more dollars there because they're going to see higher conversion rates. If with our tag on their site, they're able to see where the bot traffic is coming from, then they're going to say, I'm going to stop investing here and move those dollars where we know we're going to have great engagement. And then that's where the higher conversion rates come from. That's where the better retargeting happens. And that's also making sure your sales team is getting the best leads. So sales is going to be happier because the leads are going to be that much more, positive and verified. And then at the same time, you want to make sure that bot traffic and the information that those bots are filling forms in and information in don't go into your CRM systems. You want to keep your database clean. You want to keep the bot traffic out of that. Otherwise, it really clouds that picture as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the ripple effect of that bad data can really move out quickly. And as you mentioned, some of the benefits of removing that bad bot traffic from your traffic that may look like, oh, we got a windfall. We wrote some really good copy in that campaign, but realizing that it was bad traffic and taking the time to take steps to eliminate that bad traffic can lead to better leads for the sales team, better data going into your marketing automation and CRM platforms, better retargeting, higher conversion. And I think one of the most important things, saving you marketing dollars by not spending money on those bad ad clicks that are not worth anything anyway. Is that about sum it up pretty well, Dan?
Yeah, I mean, incredibly well. And, the key thing, marketers are being asked to be, more driver of business, right? And business results. And it's more pressure being put on companies to be successful and drive engagement and to, drive business. So this is an incredible, important piece of what brands should look at, because if they go fix this problem and, stop the 30% of the bot traffic coming through their website and wasting advertising dollars, the marketer is actually going to be tremendously more successful because, they're going to be able to, have a more efficient spend of their marketing budget. They're going to eliminate the cookie dependency because, they'll now know that, it's human traffic and versus bot traffic. They'll optimize their conversion rates. They'll maintain their data hygiene, which is really, really important. But really, in the end, it's going to increase business results. And that's any marketer's dream. And, that's our goal, to help sales be successful, or the sales part of the company be successful and drive revenue. And, that's the results that we're seeing here when we put the White Ops tag on site, is that we've seen some instances where the conversion rates go up as high as 600% once they fix the sophisticated bot traffic issue.
Yeah, it seems like that is what that conversion rate is something that, everyone should have their eyes on right now for any sort of disparity or sudden drop or, consistent low performance that's otherwise kind of unexplainable, that can kind of, as you mentioned earlier, raise that red flag and let you know, hey, maybe there's a problem that you need to investigate here.
Imagine it, a spreadsheet filled with rows and rows of your sales enablement assets. You've devoted 2 years to organizing this masterpiece, only for it to stop making sense. This was Chad Trabucco's reality. As the head of sales enablement at Glint, a LinkedIn company, he's responsible for instilling confidence in his sales reps and arming them with the information they need to do their jobs. However, when his glorious spreadsheet became too complex, he realized he needed a new system. That's when Chad turned to Guru. With Guru, the knowledge you need to do your job finds you. Between Guru's web interface, Slack integration, mobile app, and browser extension, teams can easily search for verified knowledge without leaving their workflow. No more siloed or staled information. Guru acts as your single source of truth. For Chad, this meant Glint sales reps were left feeling more confident doing their jobs.
See why leading companies like Glint, Shopify, Spotify, Slack, and more are using Guru for their knowledge management needs. Visit b2bgrowth.getguru.com to start your 30-day free trial and discover how knowledge management can empower your revenue teams.
Dan, anything else you want to add as we wrap up here? I'm thinking, a lot of marketers listening to this, there may be something worth adding about, alignment with the technical function with their IT group within their own company. Any thoughts there on kind of marketing and the technical side of the house, putting their heads together in, solving this problem or tackling something once they realize, oh, hey, there is a red flag over here. We need to do something about it.
Yeah, I think the key thing is for marketers to recognize that this is an opportunity for them to have a very big impact on their business. This isn't an IT problem. This isn't necessarily a cybersecurity problem. It is, but the marketers have the most at stake here. And if they go and attack this problem and bring in their IT folks or bring in their cybersecurity team to say, let's look at this together as a group, and more, we're going into meetings where the CMO is there, the CISO is there, the head of IT is there, because they realize this is a shared problem for the company. It's a big problem for the company. So it increases the collaboration for the CMO and head of marketing to engage with other parts of the business to help solve this business problem. And we're finding marketing leaders who take the forward step on this are really seeing high paybacks and are becoming heroes of the company because they're seeing better business results. And it is a marketers, we have to lean in. It's our responsibility. And for me being a marketer, I take this personally because my marketing dollars, I have to spend very wisely, and I want to see the most return with it. I want to see the best interaction that I can have with customers. And I don't want to waste any of those dollars targeting sophisticated bots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, for as much as we talk about sales and marketing alignment, it's nice to hear, there is a strong case for marketing and IT and security alignment, all about, as you mentioned, this idea of marketing leaning into driving business results that impact revenue. And I think that's a common theme when you look at, sales and marketing alignment and what you're bringing up here in aligning with your technical leaders internally as well. Dan, if anybody listening to this would like to ask any follow-up questions of you, stay connected, or learn a little bit more about what you and the team at White Ops are up to these days, what's the best way for them to reach out?
You bet. So, our website is www.whiteops.com. And I'll give you my personal email. I'm dan.lowden, that's Lowden, at whiteops.com. We'd be happy to have further conversations with you and, bring visibility to this problem. Making people aware that this is going on. They may not have visibility into it or know about it. Putting that tag on their site to be able to get clear visibility of where the good traffic is versus the bot traffic is. We're happy to help brands overcome this. It's our mission as a company, as a cyber security company, to help brands overcome this problem. And as we also said earlier, from a mission perspective, disrupt the economics of cybercrime. That's how we're going to win. And there is an opportunity for us to win against the bad guys if we work together.
I love it. We're always saying here at Sweetfish, we can go faster, further together than we can go alone. So I love that you ended on that togetherness point. Dan, thank you so much for joining us on the show today.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
We totally get it. We publish a ton of content on this podcast, and it can be a lot to keep up with. That's why we've started the B2B Growth Big Three, a no-fluff email that boils down our 3 biggest takeaways from an entire week of episodes. Sign up today at sweetfishmedia.com/big3. That's sweetfishmedia.com/big3.